His friend Lois Smoky. She's the newest member of our gathering, of our studio, taking the count of Kiowa artists to 5 artists in residence here at the University of Oklahoma. His name is Savoy Lontonville. He is the editor of the university newspaper here at the University of Oklahoma, and he is here to do a story about all of you.
I'm looking forward to interviewing each of you individually and just hearing a little bit about your work and a little bit about your lives.
Savoy, it is worth noting that Lois is also an accomplished seamstress and textile artist. Kiowa women traditionally made beautiful clothes adorned with beadwork and porcupine quill work. Lois makes her own buckskin dresses, as well as some of the men's dance outfits, which you will see later.
I learned to sew at St. Patrick's Mission in Anadarko. I went to school in the first part of the day, and then I worked in the sewing room in the other part of the day.
Nice.
I used to do sleeves, and for some reason the French sleeve it came really naturally to me.
Well, that must be why we get along so well.
Also, Lois also made some of the school uniforms for St. Pat's.
Nice.
My mother, she taught me to bead, and I also learned how to crochet and embroidery from Father Al at St. Pat's. I miss him. One time he brought me beads from Europe, and I made a bead bag, and we sewed it together, me and my friends, and we put fringes on it, and we gave it to Susie here for all the work she's done for us.
So what's your favorite subject to paint then, Lois?
I like to paint what's important to me, family and children.
One isn't often privileged to see Native women painting Savoy. This is one of the other things that makes Lois's depictions all the more endearing. They paint from their own experience. They never use models, and in fact, that is very much to be encouraged, and it is very different from the way the Western artist is trained.
I am particularly struck by the action with which these figures come alive. The dancers seem to really dance. The figures are very radiantly alive. They use colors and mass and lines to all combine to make a whole that simply sings. Well, my dear Jack, since you do not seem to hear a word I am saying, I would like to share with you that I greatly appreciate the grotesque in your work. I notice that your art is more decorative and also more barbaric than those of your other Kiowa artists. You speak very little, but I see that you see much.
There are very few distractions here, except for my daughter Peggy here.
You and Peggy are always welcome here, Monroe.
As are you, Martha. Our home is always open to you and your darling daughter and husband.
Well, thank you. I mean, thank you. Merci.
Très bon, Martha. Did you hear that, Oscar? Martha is speaking French.
Très bon.
À home.
Actually, when you say a hoe like that, Mrs. Jacobson, it means you want to kill me. Oh, it said a hoe.
A hoe.
Well, learning French is fine, Monroe, but do not be contaminated by the white studies. I want you to always select your own subjects and utilize your own traditions, your own techniques. Follow the tradition of your people and your ancestors. Draw inspiration from them, from the culture of your people. Then you will make a real contribution to the world of art. Gentlemen, James Auchiah is here. Welcome him, welcome him.
Take off.
Haha. Well,
on him.
just think of our talented, youngest, and only female member of the Kiowa Five. We're still here. We would be the Kiowa Six, but alas, we still stay. And 5 members of the Kiowa Five, artists in residence here at the University of Oklahoma. And it is wonderful that you are here. And we are honored to have you join us, James. These artists are accomplished singers, dancers, and musicians, in addition to being very talented painters and artists. And that is what is reflected in their work. Our young artists will now perform song and dance for you to illustrate their art in motion. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present to you the Kiowa Five. Russ Tallchief! Yay!